What's up you guys, Max here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about some of the pros and cons of getting the muffler deleted on your car. So let's get right into it. So as far as me personally, I had this car that you see right here with a muffler delete for about 6 months. From last summer sometime to just about a few months ago, this car had the mufflers deleted on it. So I think 6 months is a good amount of time for me to be able to know some of the pros and cons and really just be able to tell you guys everything there is to know about getting the muffler deleted on your car. Now I'm not just going to be talking about pros and cons on one side and the other, because I feel like a lot of the things I'm going to be mentioning in this video can be both. So a lot of the things I'm going to say you could take as a pro, but at the same time could still be a con if you look at it in a different way. So I'm just going to be talking about all the things that you should probably keep in mind before you do something like this on your car. So the first thing I'm going to be talking about is the actual volume or the sound of the car itself. So this probably is more of a positive than a negative, but I'm going to talk about both. So basically, the sound and the volume of the car, it's going to be really fun in some regards, but at the same time it's going to be annoying in other regards. So what I mean by that is all your friends from a mile away are going to be able to hear and know you're coming, and that's going to be super fun. But at the same time, the car is very loud when you take the mufflers off, and a lot of cops that are just waiting or have nothing to do, it's going to be easy for them to point you out, and they can always give you a citation for modified exhaust or whatever the citation would be in the state that you're getting pulled over in. So that's something to keep in mind. You're going to be sort of an easy target. As far as me personally, I have never been pulled over for modified exhaust, at least that is. But like I said, you're going to be an easy target. It's something to keep in mind. If you're someone who gets nervous about getting pulled over, or you don't want to get pulled over ever, it's not something you're going to want to do to your car. The next thing I'm going to be talking about is how the sounds are actually when you're driving the car. So as far as me personally, I like to listen to my music very loud. So when I'm driving the car around, I never minded the noise. So if you're someone who listens to music really loud, it'll sort of drown out the engine or drown out the noise. But if you don't listen to any music and you're just driving around, windows down, you're definitely going to hear a loud noise, and it's up to you if you like that. Me personally, I do like it. I like hearing the sound of the engine, but at the same time, if you're someone who doesn't like hearing the sound of the engine, you're probably not going to be doing this in the first place, so that's that. The next thing I'm going to mention, which is pretty much just a negative, is going to be just when you're driving around people that don't really like the sound of the car, and they're also not car people, and they don't love the loud noise. So what I'm talking about here is if you're driving your mom around, your dad, any family members that you have to drive around on either a daily basis or a lot, it's going to be something to keep in mind before you get the mufflers deleted. Those people that don't like it really don't like it, and it could be quite annoying. Obviously it's your car, so do whatever you want, but if you don't want to hear complaining from family members if you have to drive them around a lot, then I would definitely stay away from this. Another important thing to mention is the price. A lot of people who want loud exhaust literally just want loud exhaust. They don't care really how it sounds, as long as it doesn't sound literally terrible. They don't really mind. And a lot of these exhaust systems cost upwards of $1,000, and that can be quite pricey, especially when you're talking about a car that's $12,000, $13,000, $14,000. That's a lot of money. That's a big percentage of what the car's worth. So before you actually think about getting a very expensive exhaust system, just getting the mufflers deleted on your car could be another route for you, because it costs anywhere from about $50 to $100 to get the mufflers taken off your car, if that. So it's really cheap. You can go to pretty much any muffler shop, they'll do it for you, and it is just definitely probably the best thing you can do to your car as far as exhaust goes for the cheapest price. I think pretty much everyone can agree on that. Another thing to mention is anything you do as far as taking the mufflers off, it's not going to be permanent. Even if someone were to cut the muffler off and not just take the bolt off and then take it off, even if they're literally cutting the muffler off, it can always be soldered back on, or you can buy another muffler, and that'll only cost, as long as you have the original muffler, probably just another $50. So it's not going to be permanent. It's not going to be a lifetime decision as far as your car goes. You're not going to be screwed with it forever if you don't like it. Obviously, it's something that you should probably think about before you do, but at the same time, it's not going to be something that takes a big blow to your finances, because it's just going to be, like I said, about $50 to put back on. It's $100 to take off in the first place. To take it off and put it back on, it's only about $150. Obviously it varies depending on what muffler shop you go to and what pipes you put on the car, but it's really relatively inexpensive and risk-free. Now, the reason we put the mufflers back on this car is because my brother's the primary driver of this car now, and a lot of the people he takes around in the car, they didn't really like the loud noise. So that goes back to one of the points I made earlier in the video. Some people don't like it, and if you're taking them in the car often, it might end up being more of a pain than anything else. As far as me personally, if it was up to me, I would have kept the muffler off the car. I think it sounds great. It's loud, but not insanely loud, and who doesn't like hearing the sound of their car? I know I like hearing it. Alright, you guys, there you have it. Those are all the things I thought were important to mention if you're someone who's considering getting your muffler deleted. So that's my experience and some of the things that I thought were important. Other than that, that's it for this video. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you liked the video and want to see more. And go ahead and follow me on my Instagram page at NoLimitMero11. And besides that, that's it for this video. Peace.